Today's San Francisco 49ers report by Chat Sports, I'm Chase Sr., is sponsored by 8 Sleep. If you want to improve your sleep, do it with 8 Sleep, because a quality night's sleep is really at the backbone of the success that we have as human beings, and it really does so much to improve your health, and 8 Sleep is on a mission to help you get some more shut-eye. The Pod 3 cover is tremendous, and we'll tell you more about that coming up here in just a few minutes. $200 off that pod cover and free shipping at 8sleep.com/chatsports. You see the link at the bottom of the screen. Coming up on the rundown for today's show, we're going to break down ESPN's new 3-round mock draft and take a look at who Mel Kiper Jr. and Field Yates, 2 of ESPN's NFL draft experts, have going to the Niners with their picks in round 1, round 2, and in round 3. As far as our coverage of the NFL draft, we'll be live for all 7 rounds starting on Thursday, day 2 on Friday, and then we're going to get up early and do it all over again on Saturday. You do not want to miss our coverage, in-depth scouting profiles on every single player who's taken, and of course, in-depth analysis on all of the players making their way to the San Francisco 49ers roster. So Mel Kiper making the first pick for the Niners here with the second to last selection in the first round. Niners will be on the clock, 31st overall pick, and Mel Kiper has San Francisco taking Arizona offensive tackle and guard Jordan Morgan, and that's pretty interesting because in his last 2 mock drafts, he's had San Francisco taking Washington right tackle Roger Rosengarten. And a couple of my mocks and a couple of my videos and talking about some top Niners draft prospects, we have talked a lot about Jordan Morgan. And he's been a really popular pick and a very popular evaluation because the Niners need an offensive lineman. He has some tackle and guard versatility, a good scheme fit, a team captain, and what he's put on tape playing in a competitive Pac-12 conference for Arizona has been impressive because he's held up well against some really good edge rushers at the college level. Here's what Kiper had to say in his write-up about the selection of Jordan Morgan. San Francisco needs to add competition for its right tackle spot. Morgan is a veteran left tackle who could make the switch to battle Colton McKivitz. My scouting profile on Morgan, he's 6'5", 311 pounds, so good size there. He also ran very well in the pre-draft process, a 5.04 40-yard dash. Offensive lineman getting out in space on the move, always important in Kyle Shanahan's scheme. Jordan Morgan does have somewhat shorter arms compared to other offensive tackle prospects, 32 7/8 inches, but he's very experienced as a player. 41 games, including 37 starts at left tackle throughout his Arizona career. He has good bend, feet, very good body control for that size at 6'5", 311. Very good football IQ, where he has these fast eyes, allowing him to pass off blockers. And I always think that's important given the twists and the stunts and the gains that defenses are increasingly running at the NFL level. He also didn't need a lot of help on that left side. Arizona had a lot of confidence as a coaching staff in Jordan Morgan to be out on an island. As for some of his weaknesses, he can struggle with lateral range from time to time. He did have several ankle injuries while in college, as well as an ACL a couple of years ago. And if the Niners draft him with those shorter arms to play offensive guard, that might sound good in theory, but can he do it? We're not sure because he did not play any offensive guard in college, as evidenced by the 37 starts and 41 games at left tackle. He's also a very physical player, which I do like about him. This is today's poll question, by the way. Will the Niners draft an offensive lineman in the first round? It's certainly the most glaring need for San Francisco. Type OL, offensive line, if yes, or type O for other. As I mentioned off the top of the show, the 49ers report today is sponsored by 8 Sleep. Sleep to power a whole new you, and it's the high-tech solution to your age-old sleeping issues. 8 Sleep's Pod 3 cover slips right over your mattress, bringing heating and cooling technology that keeps you comfortable and sleeping deeper for a better, more restful night. The Pod cover going to improve your sleep by automatically adjusting your bed's temperature based on your individual needs and where you set it, because the cover can be added to any bed like a fitted sheet, and it allows you and your partner to cool or warm your side of the bed, as low as 55 degrees and up to 110 degrees. There's no better way to improve your day-to-day life better than sleep. The easiest way to do that, the 8 Sleep Pod 3. In addition to keeping you at the perfect temperature all night, the pod also tracks your sleep and health metrics. And how about this? On average, pod users see their sleep quality improve by 32% after just 1 month on the pod. You can control everything with this intelligent sleep system right from your phone. You put the device right next to your bed. And the best part about all of this is $200 off, free shipping on the pod cover by going to 8sleep.com/chatsports. Now we segue and shift gears to round 2 for San Francisco. Back on the clock with the 63rd overall pick. And once again, it's Mel Kiper making the pick for San Francisco and has the Niners taking Kentucky cornerback Dru Phillips. In his last mock draft, he had Rosengarten in round 1. This time he goes Jordan Morgan. In his last mock draft, he had Dru Phillips to the Niners. So he's piggybacking off that other mock draft and going with the Kentucky cornerback once again. Here's the write-up once more. This is about beefing up a secondary that struggled at times at the end of last year. Phillips has high-ceiling physical tools after playing nearly 600 coverage snaps over his past 2 years. Phillips is climbing up some draft boards. A lot of NFL draft evaluators really like his physicality, as Kiper said, but also the competitive fire that he has as well. He's a little bit shorter, so is he going to be an outside corner? Is he going to be in the slot? He's 5'10", a $190, ran pretty well, 4.48 40-yard dash. He's certainly physical, and he can reroute a lot of wide receivers off their path. He's played multiple techniques, which always benefits you going to the next level. Good footwork and acceleration. Some of the most important traits as a cornerback are those. Also, anticipates well, even though he did not have any interceptions in college, which the ball skills or the lack thereof, a little bit of a concern for me. Okay frame, but is really, really strong. I like the versatility of playing slot nickel or outside. He can play special teams. The weaknesses there, no picks in college, as I said. And because of the smaller frame, he might struggle against bigger wide receivers. One more pick to get to for San Francisco, but make sure you pick me up on social media. I'm on X at Chase_Senior and Instagram at Chase_Senior. Short form videos going out on those platforms. So if you want even more Niners coverage, you want to chop it up, you want to stay in the know with everything that the Niners do, I keep you in the know on social media there on X and Instagram. Round 3 now. 94th overall selection. And this is a player who I really, really like. Mel Kiper made the first 2 picks. Now it's time for Field Yates to do his thing. And San Francisco here drafts TCU tight end Jared Wiley. Outside of Brock Bowers, who is a top 10 player in this draft class and is going to be selected in the first round at some point, might even be a top 10 pick, Jared Wiley is my favorite tight end target for the Niners. Great size at 6'6", 249 pounds. He ran a 4.62 40-yard dash at the Combine in Indianapolis, and a lot of people were very impressed by that. That's about a second faster than George Kittle for reference. Great size and frame. He's going to be able to add a little bit of bulk, I think, at the next level. The ball skills, the tracking, the football skills, and the catch radius are all there for Jared Wiley. He can use his body to kind of finish in traffic. That's important when you're going down the seam. Had an 81-yard touchdown against Baylor, and the getaway speed that he had on that play was very, very impressive. Gives you a peek as far as what his potential could be at the next level. 5 red zone touchdowns in 2023. Number 1 among all tight ends in college football. The weaknesses here, 1 year of really good production. Is going to be 24 years old in his rookie season, and he is not a great tackle breaker, so he doesn't run with the physicality that a George Kittle does. So different players in that regard. Grade this Niners mock draft. Mel Kiper, Field Yates, doing their thing. A, B, C, D, or F. Be honest with the feedback and let us know how we can get better here on the 49ers Report as well.